This packet tracer lesson is from Chapter 7, Access Control Lists, looking at 7.1.1.4. The packet tracer file has instructions. We're going to ping from PC1 to PC2, and we can see that PC2 is this IP, and then we're going to ping from PC1 to PC3, and we're going to write down if these were successful. PC1 and 2 has success. And PC1 to 3 has success. And these are separate networks. It's 10 and this one's an 11. Now we're going to try and ping from PC1 all the way across to PC4 and PC1 to the DNS server. So there's our PC4 and there's our DNS server there. So we're pinging 30.12. We get a destination unreachable. And 31.12. And again, we get a destination unreachable. Now it gives us a hint in our information is to use a simulation mode. So we'll go through and we'll look at the process from packets moving. And we'll just make sure that we've only got ICMP on as our ping. And we'll set up the same packets. And this will be to our DNS server. And we'll run our sim. And we'll just pause it there because we're interested in this failure packet at that point. So it doesn't look like anything's getting past this router. So let's go and inspect. And we've got our source to our destination with our MAC addresses. And let's just follow this through as our inbound and outbound. So it's got the MAC addresses, it's got the IPs, and then we've got some more information here. It's saying the outgoing port has an outbound interface access list ID of 11. The device checks the packet against the access list. The packet matches the criteria of the following statement: deny 192.168.10.0 0000255. Now this packet meets this criteria through the IP, which is the network, which is going to deny all of our 10 network. And our 10 network resides in here. And our mask, which is a wildcard mask, is saying that it's going to check the first 3 octets match because it's the inverse of the subnet mask. So what that means is it's going to verify that it is a 192.168.10 address. So what that should mean is that this other network from PC3 will be allowed out. We can go and try and look at that as well. So why did the pings fail? If we go back into our router, and we'll just look at a show run command. We've got an access list that's denying our 10 network, and then it's allowing anything else. So it should allow our 11. Now, where is this access list applied? It applies as an access group and it's going in the out direction. So it is attached to our serial 00 interface in an outwards direction, which means the routing has come in and been calculated through the lookup table, and then it's been forwarded, but then it's been denied at this point. Let's try this PC3 and we'll see if it can get to the server, the DNS server or PC4, to prove that. So we'll go into our simulation, we'll reset it, and we'll set up a ping and 30.12 is our PC4. We'll run that and we'll see if that will come out. We've just got to follow our packet through, and our purple packet is allowed through. It's just finishing off the last ping from the other computer. So that proves that access list works. So how do you show an access list? You can do a show access list command, and that will show you the information. Now there may be multiple access lists because you can have different access lists per protocol, per interface, and per direction. So you can have both inbound and outbound, IPv4, IPv6. You can also do the show IP interface command. Now we try that first. You're going to get all the interfaces, and to try and track down that access list, you're going to have to read that information. So we know because of our show command, it's on serial 000, so we should be able to refine this show IP interface command. And that's a shorter list, and we're trying to find the access list inside that. And there it is. The next part tells us to remove the access list from the interface. Now that's called an access group, and you can also remove the access list itself, which will remove the config. Now, how come we can't remove it? We've got an error because an access list is applied to the interface using the access group command. So we need to be on the interface. Here we've got it being an access group rather than an access list, because an access list is in general, where an access group is on an interface. And then we need to know the number and then the direction of it. And now that access list is no longer applied. Now you could leave it at that because the access list commands have no effect, even though they're written in. It's still remaining. It's not going to deny the 10s because it's been taken away from the interface. So we could go and prove that, because before we could not get across to this computer or this server over here. So we'll see if we can get across to those now. And now we can. Removing it from the interface is effective. Now the last part is just to remove the access list itself, and that'll remove the config, which will take this information away. Now we don't have the access list.